I guess this is my last time being on this. This is my last go around. This is my last go around. Because why does YouTube keep playing games with me? I even went to another internet connection and still same thing. Welcome back, Antonio. Welcome back to YouTube. Is taking me through hell. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my live stream of goodness. You know, it's not too many people out here who are who live in their truth and who are nice. YouTube is censoring my channel and not letting me be free. And keeps cutting off my live stream. This is about the 4th time I started my live stream over again because YouTube is doing something. I don't know what. But YouTube don't want me to be great. I'm trying to be great out here. I'm trying to be a good Samaritan. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you. Thank you for the kindness. Everybody needs a little kindness in the country, in the world. It pays you nothing to be nice to people. It's good to be nice to people. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel great. When you an evil, horrible person and filled with evil, you know, we need to get people back to knowing what Jesus is all about. No, I wasn't playing no music. They just keep cutting me off. Thank you, Haywood. Hey, Kathy. You know, we need to get back to what Jesus is about. Jesus is about accepting everybody, loving everybody, being kind, being respectful. You know, when it comes to sin and Jesus, you forgive people for doing crazy things, but not things that they continue to keep doing. You know what I mean? There are people out here that they get forgiven for their sins and they continue to do the most horrible thing over and over again. And they look to the church for forgiveness all the time. That's not right. That's not right. Yeah, I ain't got no music playing, so I don't know what it could be. We need to get, hey Sarah, we need to get back to knowing what Jesus is all about. And if you're a servant of God, you gotta live right, you gotta do right by other people, love your neighbors, love all the people around you. You know, the Bible don't teach you to be evil. I don't know where this level of evilness has come from other people and what kind of excuse they are making up in their mind to justify being horrible. But that's not what God is about. And if we want to have a peaceful earth, a peaceful world, you know, everybody has to push evil out the way. Push evil back into the dark place where it belongs. Okay? Right. I'm doing great, Sarah. You know what I mean? We got to push the evilness out the way. We got better things to concentrate on. We could be doing so many other good things in the world if people would just calm down, let people live and be free, and stop trying to control everybody and everything. We could be in a place of peace. We could advance as a species. We could advance so much further than sitting here fighting each other, fighting people, hating people, being nasty, being mean. You don't want this person to have this opportunity. You don't want this person to have this. It's a sickness. It's some type of mental illness or something. Thank you, Antonio. It's some type of mental illness among people to want to gatekeep and be mean and be nasty. Just, well, I worked at the factory for 20 years. I worked at the factory for 20 years, and I don't want those kids to get free lunch. Does that hurt you? That somebody, you know what? It takes a lot of courage to go and fill out that paperwork and put all your income, put all your stuff on that piece of paper and tell the school your business so your kids can get free lunch. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And sometimes you got to put your pride aside and do what's right because you just don't have enough money to do the thing. To pay for their lunch every day on top of all the other stuff you got to pay if you're a single parent. So the person working 20 years at the factory got a nice house and everything's going great. You know what I mean? And they like, what does it hurt you that person filled out that piece of paper and it hurt them to fill out that piece of paper? Do you have Instagram? No, I don't. And it takes a lot to fill out that paper and submit it. Just like the other services that are available to everybody, because we decided as a nation to, when you down, that you can get help. Now there are some people in this world that take advantage of things like any other thing. You know what I mean? But that's not us to question. That's us to let the system play out the way it's meant to play out. Pretty soon, that person will be found out. That karma will eat at them. The systems that we have in place will undo what they did. You know what I mean? But we don't need to be hateful on children that need food. We don't need to be hateful on people who are suffering from mental trauma and would rather live on the street. And then you say you don't want them to have no home. You don't want them to have nowhere to go. You want to ride by every day and see these people on the street. That makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense. So for all of everybody else who's been working hard and saying, oh, nobody gave me anything, nobody gave you this, nobody gave you that, that's not entirely true. Because people took a chance on you to give you that car loan, to give you that job, to give you that house, that mortgage. Somebody took a chance on you. Somebody could have told you no. Somebody could have told you, well, you know, you're not that you're not part of this group, so we can't take a chance on you. Da 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 da. Somebody could have turned around and put denied on your application. Somebody could have easily done that, but they gave you a chance. And sometimes you gotta give people a chance. Sometimes people have been through hell and back and going through a lot, whether it's on their own or maybe some type of trauma was inflicted on them. You don't know what people going through. But as servants of God, if you're a servant of God, you don't need to question everything. You need to help and move on. If that person takes your $10 and go buy a bag of 8 ball or whatever, that's on them. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Our job is to put things out there so people can get the help that they need if they desire to. Can't fix everybody, but you can put things in place to help people get back to their self. You know, it takes a minute for people. It takes a minute for you to fall apart, but it takes a little bit longer to get yourself back together. It's like putting a puzzle, a 1,000-piece puzzle back together. Once it fall apart, it's easy for it to just fall apart, but putting it back together is tough. It's very tough. And people should be nice. People should be nice. So you call yourself a Christian or whatever religion, I don't care what religion it is you got going on. I don't care what it is. The basis of it is to be kind, to be good, not be hateful, not be evil. I don't know what this new kind of religion that's going on these days, that people are interested in just collecting all this money and not helping people, or shaming people, making people feel awful, wanting to see people locked up just for working. That don't make sense to me at all. Very strange behavior. Very strange indeed. You know how much courage it takes to admit that you need some help? There's somebody right now who had a job, a good job, got laid off, don't have much in their savings, and don't know what they're going to do. And they know what they got to do. They know they got to fill out their paperwork to get the assistance that they need to keep the family afloat. They know that's what they got to do. And sometimes you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, but you know you got to do it. And to have people over here on the other side, well, you should work 2, 3 jobs. You should throw yourself to the wolves. You know, you should work 3, 4, 16,000 jobs to make it. That's what I did. But everybody ain't like you. And everybody don't want to work 3, 4 jobs, killing themselves, wearing their body down. Because sometimes that person that worked 3, 4 different jobs, their body is kicking their butt. Wore down, mean and hateful. Sometimes some people do want to see their kids grow up. They don't want to work 10 jobs and never see your kid do their first walk, or their first day of preschool or something like that. People want to see they kids. Hey James, how you doing? Sometimes people want to see their kids grow up. They don't want to spend all their time and days at a job forever. The things that our elders used to put up with and deal with, was it right? Was it right to work yourself 80 hours a week and miss out on your family, miss out on your family functions? And how did some of those kids turn out? Some of those kids are still mad because you was never home. My day was great. Some of them kids grew up mad at you because you was never a parent that was around. And you know what some of them parents that work all them hours would say? Well, you wasn't hungry, and you had a roof over your head. So what you talking about? But I didn't have a parent. I didn't have 2 parents. I had 1. It pays to be nice. It doesn't cost anything to be a good person. Hey, how you doing, Sanchez? Where you been? Ah! You know what I mean? It pays to be a good person. We all need some good energy out here in the world. We need to be smiling more. We need to be more helpful. If anything, this crazy time has taught a lot of people that you can be kind and you can be nice and it works. We can come together for a common good. If anything, if you learn anything from watching all this stuff on your phone or your TV, you learn that people can come together and help each other, and and your whole place can be better for it. Just think, if before all this, people was helping people go get their groceries, helping people with their living situation, helping people with their paperwork, helping people do all these things. If people were doing all that stuff long time ago, would we even be here? You know what I mean? Would we even be here at this moment of just crisis and craziness? If people would have been helping long time ago, if people would have read history long time ago, these kids now, I know they were trying to burn take all the books out of the library, close down the African American Museum, all this crazy stuff they trying to do. But the kids, but that doesn't matter because the kids can see in real time what is going on. They don't even need a book right now. They don't need a book. They can see what's going on right now and see that it's wrong. It feels wrong. It feels wrong to be this hateful on this level. This level of nastiness and hate. It cannot survive. I know those people who doing the craziness. I know they try to sleep good at night, but they can't. There's no way they sleep good at night. No amount of money in the world can make you forget the horrible things you've done. No amount of money in the world can make you forget what the pain you inflict on other people. And how can you look at your kids the next day after you've done something so awful to other people? How you look at your kids every day and say to yourself, I'm a good daddy, I'm a good mama, knowing you a horrible person. You causing everybody else pain. There's no way you sleep good at night. Absolutely not. And I know people look at it as if it's just a job. Well, it's just a job. I'm just trying to pay my bills. It's just a job. That's an evil job. At this time, I think years ago, it was a respected job. People can respect their position years ago. But now, I don't know what you call that. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Evil. Straight up evil. Nastiness. All this locking people up, throwing them in these places, no food, can't go to the bathroom, all this craziness. It's just horrible. It's evil. It's some kind of evil. There's no way you can justify throwing somebody in a detention center when people in jail ain't treated this bad. People in prison ain't treated this bad. And this is all over some paperwork. And I understand why people don't sit down and ask themselves the question, why are we doing all this over paperwork? Why would you punish people this bad over some stuff that you could easily resolve? You could say as an official, hey, everybody in the country who are you can create a system if you wanted to Make sure you calculate and account for everybody in the country. Make sure everybody is, according to you, legal. You could do it the most ethical way. Okay? You can have people come down to the license branch. You know what I mean? Bring your paperwork, put everything in the system, and give a seal of approval. That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? It's that simple. We want to, and the thing is, a lot of things have been done manually over the years, like actual manual, not really in the system. And maybe, they want to account for everybody, put everybody in the system. That's fine. But there's an ethical way to do that. You don't have to throw nobody in no jail cell. Lock them up with no food and water, can't wash up just because of some paperwork. When we go to other countries and our visas expire or our paperwork expire, those countries don't lock us up in no building. They say, hey, you need to go to another country and you need to step out of here. Wait, there's a waiting period and come back, and then you can reapply or something like that. They don't put you in no holding cell. Everybody who is for this kind of stuff need to have a come to Jesus moment. Would you want to go to a holding center just because you didn't have the right paperwork, or your paperwork wasn't finished yet, or you didn't have all the money to file the paperwork and all this kind? Why in the world would you want to sit in a detention center for that? It makes no sense. It makes no ethical sense. It makes no sense at all. This is horrible on so many levels. This is so mean and cruel on so many levels, and all of it sounds just dumb. There's an ethical way to do this. With all the technology they claim they have, there is a way to do things. And the way they're going about it is the most horrible way to go about this. You could have easily told people to just show up. We're going to make sure you're in the system. And if you qualify for benefits, you're going to get them. If you don't, we'll let you know what you need to do to qualify. That's it. That's it. I Every day I question the intelligence of the people that are in charge. It's unreal. Hey, Mr. Nighty, how you doing? I just people need to do better. People need to do better. They need to think. Think. Why is the first thing is to put people in a holding cell because of paperwork? Why is that the first thing on their mind? These people not dogs and cats. It's very unsettling, very sickening to do this to people over paperwork. I have what? This is not OnlyFans. What are you talking about? Why are you here? I don't know why you're here for that. You might as well scroll off. Thank you. Move away. Move away. But anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, we have to, as a as a people, care more about the people around us, care more about our our freedoms, and not just throw them away because you don't like so and so. So you willing to let everything go in flame down in flames because you don't like this person. When you probably never even hung out or even know any of these kind of people. You just assume, because you believe what you've been told. Oh, yeah, I heard because so and so, I can't get this job because it's so and so and so and so. Bye, Heather. I can't get this job because it's so and so. Research. Research. I don't know why people don't think the people above us is not playing mind games with people. This is what they do. This is what they love to do. They like to play these games, you know, to get you mad at everybody else except up. They don't want you to look up. They want you to look across from you. What? I don't know what that means, Mr. Nighty. They want people to look across and blame the other side. They don't want they don't want people to look up and blame and look at the top and blame the top. Which is unfortunate that people can't understand that. Yeah, for some reason they can't see that. Thank you, Sanchez. How old are you? Yeah, McKnight was off the hook. He needed to sit in a cold shower. I am AOL Sega Genesis old. I'm very old. I've been around for a long time. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. And what I'm seeing now, I'm displeased with. I'm very displeased with the people who cannot think outside the box, who cannot understand why they don't have this and that in life. It's not because of the person across from you. It's because of the powers that be at the top. You got to at some point understand that whatever you're going through in life, whatever you didn't achieve in life, is not the person sitting next to you. You guess you old. That's not that old. Hello, Captain. How you doing? Um, we all had to, start to go back to our high school days when we did critical thinking, where we had to research, where we had to expand our mind, understand things better. Because this is ridiculous that this many people still don't understand that's not the person next to you. Thank you, Captain. And we can't really explain to them either. We just hope they catch on as the trauma unfolds, unfortunately. Hello, Solomon. How you doing? As things decline and they start to complain and see things happening in real time, maybe some of these people will change their mind and get on board with goodness instead of evil. I don't know why they don't see this as evil. I'm great. Not your future wife. What's going on? You know what I mean? I want to see people doing good out in the world. And I want my subscribers, the people who follow my channel to be out here being good people out here in the world, spreading kindness and showing respect. Okay? Sometimes you got to unlearn stuff that you have learned over the years. You know, you got to unlearn some of these things and just learn to be better. Some things people say are rude and horrible. Sometimes you say things and you nowadays you gotta understand that that's a sensitive area. Yes, Captain. You know what I mean? We got a lot of unlearning to do. You know, I've had to unlearn quite a few things. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I had to unlearn some things. I come from a generation of, they used to call people crazy, the R word, you know what I mean? They used to, uh, um, make fun of people that are depressed and got anxiety and tell you there's nothing wrong with you and all this kind of stuff. I grew up in at a time where the bullies were your family. Your family would be your bully. Your family would be your first abuser. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of things that we carry with us because of the things we've been through. And, we are insensitive to people today because, in our mind, well, we dealt with this stuff that happened to us, so why can't you? Why can't you just deal with it like we dealt with it? You know what I mean? And that kind of attitude, that's something a lot of people need to unlearn. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that some of these people out here start to see things for what they are. Because sometimes seeing is believing. These people don't believe what they read. They don't believe what people saying. But maybe they believe all of these videos and stuff like that. Maybe sometimes action is better than words. And seeing is believing. And they can act better. Understand that these people are not your enemy. They just want to come over here and work. That's the crazy part. You come over here, you have to work to get anything. It's not given to you. I don't know who started those rumors years ago that this person was getting this and that. And you got to work. People don't get up at 4 a.m. in the morning to go out to the farm and pick some strawberries for nothing. You know what I mean? People ain't getting up there early to do that for nothing. They got bills to pay. They got bills to pay. That's why they getting up there early. Nobody getting up there early just to take away somebody's job. They getting up there early because they got to get up early so they can pay their bills and take care of their family. Because they told their children one day, they sat at that table and they said, you know what? We're going to have a better life. And, they told them, well, how are we going to have a better life? We're going to America. America? What is that? America is a place where all your dreams can come true. And that's what people believe. Your dreams can come true here. You could take something, you could take nothing and turn it into something. And that's true for all the people that live here. If you have the right mindset and you have ambition and you are motivated, and you knowledgeable, or you gain the education and knowledge, you could turn nothing into something. That's true for everybody. Everybody here in America can turn nothing into something. But there's a lot of people, for some reason, I don't know if they thought those opportunities were going to be automatically given to them or what. But everybody has to start somewhere to get wherever they're trying to get to. Some people have a harder start, a harder challenge than others. And some people have a little bit of an easier way up. But if you don't take advantage of your easy way up, that's on you. That's on you. That's on you. That's not on nobody else but you. You have every opportunity in the world to be successful. And if you don't take advantage of that, that's on you. Everybody else had to work twice as hard, twice as educated, twice as knowledgeable just to get the little bit. Can you send me your number? Send me your number. Sir, I don't know about that. Livia. Welcome to Livia Flair's channel. Thank you. But we want people to understand that you can be anything you want to be in America. You can be what you want to be. But everybody needs to understand that everybody should be allowed to dream and build and do the things that they want to do to be successful. You know what I mean? Everybody has that dream when they come over here. The dream of freedom of speech, the dream of meeting different people. Just imagine you come from a country, everybody all look the same. You know what I mean? You never see any other kind of person. All of a sudden you get to America, you know, and most of the time people's first stop is New York. You know, you see all these different people, brown people, black people. I mean, just a mix of people. Different accents, cultures. You amazed. You like, damn. You on the phone? Oh, did you make it? Yeah, I just got here in New York. Oh my God. There's so many different people. I heard a Jamaican accent. I heard a Haitian. I think it was Haitian accent. I heard some Puerto Rican. I heard all kind of different people. And you say to yourself, you want to be a part of that. You want to be a part of that. You want to be infused. You don't want to be salt and pepper. You want to be jerk seasoning. You want to be jerk seasoning. You don't want to be just salt and pepper. You've been salt and pepper at home your whole life. That's all you see is those two things. That's it. You come to America, you see jerk seasoning. Hello, Frank. How are you this evening? Hello, Carlos. How you doing? You know what I mean? When you come to America, that's why they tell stories about America. Even because you got to work hard. And then, the whole story is, if you can make it in America, man, you can make it anywhere. And that's still true. If you can get past all this BS half the time, all the challenges, the racism, the discrimination, all this stuff, all the things that set you up to fail, and you can make it to the end of the rainbow, you did well. If you can go from here, from having nothing, to achieving the American dream of having a house, you already at a level that a lot of people that were born here have not achieved. And that's why they get mad, because they think that you somehow had a leg up or easy way to get the house. You know, why they got a house over there? Why they got a house? Well, I mean, they did work twice the amount of hours washing dishes at the restaurant to get to that level. Are you willing to do that? Probably not. You know what I mean? People come here with a dream. They come here so they can be free. You can be yourself. Are you in Nigeria? I don't think so. People come here to be free, to talk, smack, have fun, go to football games, go to your first American football game and listen to people cheer and yell for their team, and you get really into that. You know what I mean? Trying all these different foods that Americans be eating, because you see it on TV like, oh God, they can't be eating like that. There's no way these Americans be eating like that. You get here and you're like, yeah, I see why it's good. I see why they 1,000 pounds, these Americans. I can see why their belly is in their back. And then you go to a place like California and it's all easy breezy and chill and everybody just one love out there. The whole different environment. All across the country, is every state has its similarities, but then also has its uniqueness and its differences. So sometimes it's like you in a different country. Sometimes the way it look, and I think America has a little piece of every country. Every country outside of us, we have a little piece of every country in every state. You can go somewhere and see big mountains. It's all green and beautiful. You think you in somewhere in China somewhere. You know what I mean? There are places like that. But you gotta come here to see. You gotta come here to see. And the people that have been living here all their life, who haven't achieved anything or done anything, that's on them. And they can't make you feel bad because they haven't achieved this and that. That's on them. Just know when you come here, you got to work to get all the things that you want. You got to work to get every single thing you want out of it. It's a nice place. It would be even nicer if we could get past racism, gatekeeping, evilness. If we could get past the racism, gatekeeping, and evilness, and this whole capitalism structure, things would be so much better. We got a lot of growing up to do as a nation. We got a lot of growing up to do. We was almost getting to a point of understanding, and I think people are starting to learn more and more every day. Thank God for social media teaching people, you know, the stories of black people, the stories of indigenous people, all these different stories. Thank God that everybody's learning now about each other. People are exchanging ideas, and and there's still some bitterness here and there where people get upset because you trying this and you doing this. Well, that's been around for this long. You just now does all that bitterness and angriness. But it's never too late to get on the right side of history. It's never too late to change your mind, to admit you wrong, to take accountability. It is never too late to admit that you was wrong and you need to learn. You know what I mean? So many people would rather go down with the ship than admit that they wrong and take accountability. But you will feel so much better in your heart, in your mind, in your life if you take accountability for things you didn't know at the time. And say, I just didn't know. Or not that you didn't know. Don't say you didn't know. Because most times you are aware. You just don't want to do the right thing. Just say, I should have known better. And move on. I should have known better. I should have cared more. And go on. Admit that. If you won't confess your sins in church, that's the sin you need to confess. The accountability sin. And say to the higher being that you need to be forgiven for the things that you tried to ignore. The pain of your choices that have been inflicted on people. Why your skin so bad? Are you diseased? You full of fungus? What the hell you come through? What are you talking about? When you come back? So anyway, everybody needs to everybody needs to unlearn, take accountability, forgive themselves, move on, and let's work towards a better future. Let's work towards a better timeline. Don't sit at home and say there's nothing you can do. Well, the damage has been done. There's nothing I can do. That's not true. You can do something. You can start by being a good person and going out and caring. You forgot you was. You can go out and spread the words of kindness. Be good. Be kind to whoever you meet. You don't know what people are going through. Try to avoid being confrontational over stuff that don't matter. Fighting for no reason. Making people's lives miserable for no reason. If you one of those people out there that's stealing and robbing and all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? You got to get that under control and ask yourself, what do you need to do to improve your life so you're not out here inflicting pain and harm on everybody else? You got to repair that at some point. You can't wait till you 80 years old and say, oh, now I need to slow down. Well, it's too late then. You need to repair whatever it is. If you don't have enough money to get the things that you want, you need to sit down and work it out. You need to go and talk to people and ask for forgiveness. And say, you know what, I got this on my record, I got this, but I need a job. I don't want to be out here robbing people. I don't want to be out here stealing from people. I don't want to be a horrible person no more. I want a better life. You have to get out there and ask for it. It's not going to be given to you. You know what I mean? It is not going to be given to you. You got to ask for it. You got to ask for forgiveness, ask for a better life, and take accountability for whatever hell you done. I think the rest of this year is going to be a lot of accountability, recognizing your 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 recognizing your faults. Are you going to help? Recognizing your faults, recognizing that you can be better, a better person out here. It's going to be a lot of just a lot of there's going to be some people that are going to have some emotional, go through some emotional crisis because they have been so horrible, and they got to have a come to Jesus moment. You know what I mean? There gonna be some people that's gonna break down because they so rotten. They so rotten with evil. They are going to break down because they know they gotta climb up out of there. Thank you. You know what I mean? They gotta climb up out of that hell they dug themselves. It takes a lot of energy to be evil. It takes a lot of energy to be a horrible, nasty person. Hey, woo woo. You know what I mean? It takes a lot out of people. So why not use that energy to spread good, to be nice and kind, and have a good spirit? It's better to wake up in a good mood. You know, your day is light. Everything is in order. You know what I mean? You get up, you fix your favorite breakfast, you go out, your heart is full and good. You know that on your last day that you did all that you could to help people. You did all that you could to spread kindness. You did all that you could to make sure people are cared for and good. All of this stuff out here going in the world with children and doing horrible things and abusing people and all this kind of stuff. All that stuff has to come to an end. It's sick. It's sick behavior. It's nastiness. And it can never be forgiven. I don't think that's something that can be ever forgiven. However, you can stop what you're doing and be a better person. And whether you need to go to get help mentally with therapy or whatever you got to do the work and undo this nastiness that's in your mind. Children are children. You deserve to live a good childhood. You deserve to live in peace, especially if you weren't traumatized as a child. That to me, that's the most sickest thing. If you lived a regular, normal life, you wasn't traumatized, but yet you traumatized and abused people as an adult. That's sick. That's some sick behavior. Hey, Cedric, how you doing? That's some sick behavior to traumatize people. You know, that's sick. That's nasty. Nobody deserves that. No child. Children just want to grow up, learn, have fun, color in their coloring books, play with their baby dolls. And they look up to the adults to know to guide them in the right direction. Not to be the hell that they have to live through. No child deserves to be going through hell. because somebody got an issue. Hey Zach, how you doing? No child deserves to go through hell. Children are to grow, become knowledgeable, go through challenges, but not the kind that ruins their innocence. No child deserves that. All across the world, the nastiness and sickness of people's mind that go down that hole, that go that far to thinking that it's okay to be with children and sleep with. It's just sick. It's a sick behavior. I don't respect it at all. That's sick. That's nasty. That's disgusting. These kids are looking up to you as their protectors, not the monster under their bed. You're supposed to be their protector, not the monster. Sick. 2026 is a year of being better, unlearning, taking accountability, doing the work on yourself to be a better person. And I hope all of you who watch my videos will be doing just that, because we need more of that. There's a real thirst for learning right now about each other and stuff, and I want to keep that going. I want to keep that going. I want to keep the energy going of you exploring and learning about other people, about you getting help for your problems and your issues, whether it's drugs, whether it's abuse, domestic violence, whatever it is. Go get the help. Go get the help. If you hate these certain people, go get the help you need to understand and figure out why you hate these people so much. Hey Cedric, you got to go and do the work and figure out why you hate these people. You need to talk to a therapist. That's just the bottom line. But anyway, I'm glad everybody was able to come to my live stream. But be good out there on social media. Spread good cheer, spread kindness and all that good stuff, you know, so you can be happy. You know what I mean? We all can eventually come to a point of happiness if everybody do the work to make people accountable and to care about each other, care about our children, care about the women that's having the children, the women that need the help during the whole pregnancy, care about the men who working all these hours at the job, who sometimes don't feel appreciated, care about the single father that has to do it all because the girlfriend or wife died. You know what I mean? We need to start caring about your friends. You don't know what your friends are going through. Sometimes they can't have a real conversation with you because you all laughing in games. And you don't take people serious. Everybody needs to step outside themselves, see other people's perspective, or try to understand it and be better. I'm great, Cedric. About to go to bed now. But thank you guys for coming to my live stream. Thank you guys for liking and sharing and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate everybody coming to my channel. Our subscriber list is getting bigger and bigger. You know, hopefully we get to 2,000 subscribers, you know, soon. Because then that allows me to do more things. The more subscribers, the more things I'm allowed to do. Because right now, I can't do much because I don't have enough public watch hours and I don't have enough subscribers. But eventually we get there because we want to spread kindness. We want to help people. And whatever I get, I want to be able to help people with it. I'm not a money person or nothing like that, but if I can help people, especially my own subscribers, if I can help my own subscribers improve their life in some type of way, and I'm able to do that, I'm all for that. You won't see me video vlog on vacation and all that. Especially when I know there's people that subscribe to me that need help. You won't see me do that because I believe in helping people. I believe taking what you got and making other people's life better. You know what I mean? I think everybody needs to be concentrated on if you got $10 and the person next to you only got a few pennies, it's not gonna hurt you to help that person out. It's not gonna hurt you. It'll do your heart some good. It'll make you feel great. You know what I mean? Go. I want you this week to go out and ask somebody, what can I do to make your day better today? What can I do that'll make your day easier? Ask that question. Ask that question this week. I don't care if it's a friend, a co-worker, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, whatever. Ask what is it that you can do to make their day easier or something. Do that. Ask your neighbors, especially the people going through this immigration thing. Ask them, is there something I can do for you? Is there something I can do for you today? Be helpful. It'll do your heart some good. Hello from Isaac. What? Is that Saudi Arabia or something? Where is that at? What is Azer? Where? What country is that? Is that Saudi? It gotta be like Saudi Arabia or something. What is that? Welcome to America. Welcome to America. I have made everybody here welcome to America. Welcome to America. Welcome to the craziness. But we're gonna be better. We're gonna be better. Don't worry. Pretty soon, everybody will be back and be able to travel, eat food from Waffle House, go visit the people in New York, have them yell at you, and you feel good. And then you travel over to California with all the chill surfers and all that kind of stuff. Don't worry. Everybody will be back. Just hold on. We got some stuff to do. We got to clean some house. We got to do some house cleaning, and then everybody else can come back over. Let us do the house cleaning first. Then we'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye from America. Bye, woo woo.